Hi, it's Ollie from Tech Care, and I'm here again to talk about Copilot. In this session, I want to give 6 use cases for Copilot, mainly surrounded around those key people of influence within the business. By that, I don't really mean just managing directors, those leaders. It could be those people in admin roles, people that really touch a lot of different areas of the business. There's a lot of use case for Copilot to increase that speed to insight. When we talk about speed to insight, that sounds quite technical, but the reality is it can be very simple. How can we get information on an email faster? How can we get more data out of Excel quicker? And I'll give a few use cases today on that. So use case 1, Outlook. So I use this all the time. So as a key person of influence in the business, and I'm sure a lot of other people get this, you'll get looped into an email at the very end, generally when something's gone potentially wrong, sometimes right, and you really need to find out what's happened in the 15 different emails that are in that trail. Copilot has a fantastic little button. It's on the phone and on the web, where you can just click on that and it will immediately summarize all of that email trail for you. I think I use that every single day without fail. It's brilliant. I think it saves me at least 15 to 25 minutes every single day. Second use case, Microsoft Word. A very similar situation to in Microsoft Outlook. You've got a very large document. I get sent these quite often. It could be a tender, it could be a marketing plan, it could be a business continuity plan. We're going through a very different stage of tech care that's maturing us at a very fast pace, and we are becoming more process driven day in, day out. That creates more documents, that creates more process. It's great, but there's a lot of information to actually sift through. And when there's only so many hours in the day, again, we're looking to increase that speed to insight. Within Word, you can use Copilot to then actually summarize the document, pull key information, and even write responses. A third use case, Microsoft PowerPoint. Couples with Microsoft Word somewhat, you can actually generate PowerPoint from a Microsoft Word document. You can ask Copilot to please summarize the document, produce a PowerPoint document or a proposal document based on customer requirements, based on a quote, based on any information that you can give it within your 365 environment. It's really useful when I create proposals because some customers may give me certain tender documents that are their requirements. We worked with some charities before that always need a tender before you actually supply a proposal. Actually sifting through that to create a proposal document makes things really quick and easy. Saves at least 2 to 3 hours of generating PowerPoint slides. You can even give it your branding. So there's a brand section of Copilot where you can import your tone of voice, you can import your logos, your colors, and ultimately we'll start to utilize that in PowerPoint to actually generate a brand specific PowerPoint, not just a generic one either. Another great use case is in Microsoft Teams. We use this all the time. Again, as I previously mentioned, we're on quite a fast maturity journey here at Tech Care. We're growing quick. Like a lot of other businesses at the moment, we need to be getting the management team together to get regular insights on how the business is performing, how people are performing, whether we need more people, and that needs to happen quickly. With limited time, we can't always make all those meetings. Teams is very good at, coupled with Copilot, by actually recording that meeting, summarizing the meeting and sending those notes out to everyone. So Copilot will actually be an automated note taker for you. It's a great use case because the last thing anyone in that meeting wants to do is sit and take notes because you're not focusing on the content of the meeting. Let Copilot do that for you, then send that out to the people that aren't there, and also gives you a nice summary to come back to, and any tasks can also be assigned to certain people by Copilot. Another great use case is in Microsoft Loop. If you're not using Microsoft Loop yet, I'd definitely recommend it. One of the big plus points of this is it actually amalgamates a lot of the different Microsoft tools into a nice front page. Things like Microsoft To Do, things like Microsoft Projects. You can actually add documents into Microsoft Loop, link them to people. It's a really nice front page for any kind of project start, kickoff. The team here use it a lot. Coupling that with actually content creation via Copilot, you can utilize it to actually produce information. So one really simple use case for that is if you wanted to produce some text on, we want to do a company event and I want to put this into Loop and I want to assign some people to do some tasks as part of scheduling that company event. you can actually generate that content all through Copilot by asking it to do something like, please create an event which is a family fun day on the 5th of March and assign tasks to collect information around people's families, who's going to be attending, what kind of vendors we want there, and assign those to person A, person B. Rather than creating your own table, your own content, your own copy, Copilot can actually do all that for you within seconds. Again, a nice time-saving exercise, give you that quicker time to insight when we're talking about insights on a much lower level than a complete data insight. So one final use case is in Microsoft Excel. So at the start, I talked about getting and increasing the speed to insight. This is one way that finance managers, finance admins can really start to increase that speed to insight. And now this is where we do really start to talk data. Some of the bits I've already talked about, they're very much time saving, but this is very data driven. So let's say you've got an Excel spreadsheet, it's full of your yearly results, quarterly, whatever that may be. It could even be something that a customer sent you. We see that quite a lot now. A lot of our mature customers, they have their customers send them information that they need to sift through and actually formulate into pivot tables, into actual data that's readable rather than just a bit of a splurge on an Excel spreadsheet. One thing that is great with Copilot is you can start to talk to it in a way that gives you the right data at your fingertips without having to create masses of formulas, without having to actually create masses of tables. You can actually ask it to do that for you. And similar to like a lot of people are familiar with ChatGPT, if it's not the data that you need exactly there and then, or it's not quite right, you can say, no, that's not what I want to see. I want to see this. And it will change that for you. Actually gives you that speed to insight a lot quicker than having to spend 45 minutes Googling the formula for how do I make this data averaged, or how do I actually look at this and change it into this. Copilot will do that for you. It will actually suggest things for you as well. So for example, you could give it data and you could say, suggest the best business focused results for this document. So for example, that might be, you've got your yearly report and you want to know the average sales for the year. It's a real basic one, but if you've got a user in a admin role that doesn't know how to use Excel at the same level as someone in a finance manager role, but a finance manager is spending a lot of their time doing the low level work, you could actually start to push that now to that finance admin person, freeing up more time for the key objectives for the business for that finance manager. There's 6 easy ways to use Copilot if you're a key person of influence in your business. Just remember those key points whenever you're using Copilot though: goal, content, source, and expectation. If you're including all those in your prompt to Copilot, you're on the road to success.